Okay, I'm set up to do another painting. I want to show you how I maximize the use of my stuff and recycle a little bit. So off here to the side you can see the two paintings from the previous experiment video on water, and we've got a lot of drip off from those, and I wanted to show you. I prepared this canvas the same way with tacks and the tape, and I started to do something and then realized, oh wait, I should wait and show you guys. But I wanted to show you what I often do. I will use this paint for the sides. Just to, like, for this, I'm going to do a tree ring pour, and if it doesn't drip off the sides, I don't want to have to make it drip off the sides. So, and the other thing, so I don't want to get too messy. So I just want to show you, I did all 4 sides with the runoff from the last video. So that'll get us started, and then I try to set it down gingerly. And then what I also wanted to do was just to prime the canvas a little bit, especially the corners. Again, since I'm pouring in a circle, and I don't want to have to tilt. Every tree ring pour I've done, I've had to tilt like crazy, and then it doesn't look like a tree ring anymore. So I'm just trying to recycle some paint, reuse some paint, and let's see, I'll use this white stick. Try and get everything out of these cups. This is from the last video. And then there's a little bit in this cup too. So all of this stuff has a little silicone, and the tree ring, you know, you generally don't want silicone. But here you go. So I'm just trying to get a little bit extra on the canvas here. And then I put a little in the center just to help it start to flow, but we'll see if that works. I'm using the same colors from the last pour, with the exception, I took the titanium white and added a dollop of buff titan, so maybe about the size of a small marble. Remember those marbles? And or a little gumball amount of buff titan, but it still looks pretty white. It didn't change the color all too much. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pour all of these into this bottle. So that's how I'm going to do my tree ring pours, from this bottle. And you can see I reused the cups from the last pour. So we're going to end up with some silicone in here. I'm sure of it, but maybe that'll create a cool effect. And then I kind of turn the bottle as I pour so that there's little stripes of color on the sides, so when I tilt it back down, it kind of mixes itself up. Almost done. Oh, I got a big glob of white. I thought I had it all mixed. Okay, well, and a big glob of blue. Dang. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how much you think you're mixing. Well, because it's coming through a narrow little spigot. That might, let me stir this up a bit. Oh, there's all the, okay, there's all the buff Titan now. It was all on the bottom, did not get stirred in. So I don't know if you can see, it's a way different color now. So now we'll have a little bit of buff Titan with the white. And the rest of the blue. And hopefully this will be enough to cover the whole canvas. I've been on this epic quest to have a single tree ring turn out, and so far, so I'm thinking the much smaller canvas will help. And the squeeze bottle is something I just discovered. Works for me. I have a kind of shaky hands. I have a physiologic tremor in my thumbs, so when I'm doing stuff like this, it causes my hand to shake. If I'm, so you can see my thumb shaking here, but I can generally hold things pretty straight, but it's when I start to tilt them that my hands shake. Okay. I'm going to turn this over and let it all drop down. And see how this goes. Getting all turquoise at first. Yep, cells. There was silicone left over in those cups, so. And it's hard to get the right consistency for flow. So what I found is if it's too runny, the colors just run together. So there's a happy medium, which I haven't found yet. I'm actually going to let that move for a minute. And I think too, if you kind of put some paint around here, it'll help it flow. Another way to use the drip off. And you have to put it on pretty thick, otherwise it literally dries almost instantly on the canvas. At least in my very, very, very dry climate it does. Okay, see what that does for a minute. Really trying to keep it from, let it keep its shape, let's put it that way. And because there's silicone in here from the last pour, it's not really doing the tree ring thing. Let's see. And this, I want to keep that, get those edges going. So hopefully it can meet this and look. Let's tilt it just a little bit. Going in really slow circles. Get it to keep its shape. let's try that again. Add some more to the middle. Maybe if I pour it from up higher. Again, I'm going to use 2 hands to steady myself. What if we pour it around the edge? That's doing something cool. Plus, I'm going to get really good coverage. That's kind of cool. Okay, I don't want to put too much paint on here. I really, truly do not want to tip. Let's just try and get these little bit of holes filled in. I think the amount of paint that's on here, it would not dry very well, but I really don't want to tip it off. Let's see. I'm going to use a popsicle stick because I don't want to put my fingers in here. And I want to kind of keep this line. Keep it linear. That's really cool. I like it. Let's torch. Break any air bubbles. Okay, that's good. Cool, that's the closest I've had to a tree ring. I think there's a lot of paint on there, so I'm gonna keep tilting in a circle. Actually, I'm just gonna let it sit, see what happens, and if it doesn't dry well, it doesn't dry well. Move on to the next thing. I kind of like the colors. There's a few little cells here. Let me see if I can bring this up closer to you. Kind of cool what's happening. And then you see the Titan buff, it's just kind of mixed itself in. Maybe it's good that it wasn't completely mixed into the white, because it actually kind of makes a statement now. All right. Very cool. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you try this. Let me know if you do. Share your results. Thanks.